peak market season is among us, and I'm gonna show you that your following count will not make or break your bag. Hi, I'm Nikki and welcome back to my embroidery studio. So a little background, in 2021, I started an embroidery business. And since then, since market started reopening after the pandemic, I was like, let me do any market that I can. Small markets, big markets, craft fairs, all of it. Starting 2024, I started becoming super niche and selective with my markets. I was getting super burnt out, and some markets, they'd be mad expensive, like up to 500 bucks. And I was not making the profit for the time or any of my product that I wanted to. So fast forward to today, my average market makes about $1,000 a day. My business overall, majority of our sales do come from in-person events and creating that community. Even though my Instagram is small, I don't know why, the community always shows up, and that's what matters most. So a little disclaimer, this video is not in any way a guarantee that your next market is gonna be the banger. This is also not about going viral, because if I knew, girl, I would have been doing that. But what this video is, markets and in-person sales for small business, creators, makers, anyone who kind of wants to dive into that space but doesn't know where to get started. Or if you have been doing markets, these are just some of the tips that have been working for me and I just want to share. Okay, so I'm gonna break this video down in a few phases to kind of we love structure, she's a Capricorn. First, I'm gonna talk about the pre-event. We're talking about inventory, looking for a market, how do you even find a market, prepping for your booth, promotion, all of that. During event is gonna be how you act and shit, at the actual market, setup. You're also there for a good chunk of time, a few hours, so kind of distributing your social battery so you don't burn out. And then after the market, if you want to do any type of lead nurture, I'll kind of touch into that a little bit. Okay, let's get into pre-event. First, how to find the right market. You could do what I did, but this is the whole reason I'm doing this video, so you can kind of avoid that. So what I did was I just signed up for any market that I could, even though it wasn't I wasn't making the profit back. But it did give me a lot of experience, but it is also time consuming, and the cost of a market now being mad expensive sometimes. So a few things that I like to consider is the location. Parking is a huge one for me. I'm such a baby about my car, she's my princess. So I like to know that my car is gonna be somewhere safe. Also, loading and unloading, I got a lot of shit. So I like to take my time, you know what I mean? I also love Spot Hero because a lot of my events are in the city in Seattle. Spot Hero has been clutch. Or if you have a loving volunteer that is willing to help you, yeah, that's also so clutch. The cost of the booth. Sometimes the cost of the booth can be so expensive. I've done markets that are $500 story time. My bottom two markets, they were both $500 and I sold maybe one thing. And at one of the markets, someone bought something and then returned it. I was so ran after that. I was so ran. I wanted to throw the whole thing away. So it's a psychology thing. But yeah, which is crazy because those were also really niche markets, which I thought they were gonna be better than they were. Again, no guarantees. There are no guarantees. The vibe, what else is going on at the market? Is it just a market where people go and shop and walk around and leave? Or are there gonna be food vendors, a DJ, drinks? Is it more of a curated space that's creating a sense of community? Those are really great, but also they can be more expensive. And then there are some smaller ones that are more a pop-up style, which could be a lot more feasible in pricing, but the foot traffic is lower. So it kind of depends what you're looking for. And also your capacity. Keep in mind your capacity. Ooh, vendor curation. If you have the chance to just be a guest at one of the markets, I would go and scope it out, take note of the foot traffic, just talk to some vendors and be hey, is this a good market? So once you find a good market, put it in your calendar because you're gonna forget. And then next we gotta start thinking about our inventory strategy. Do not try to bring everything. It's so much stuff. I mean, you could, but then think about how much you have to prep. Majority of my items are crew necks and clothing, so they do take a lot of space. And I'm talking about the Costco, the black tubs with the yellow hat. Yeah, My closet is full of those, and the other closet is also full of those. So I like to focus on my best sellers. So take in mind the audience of the market and be like, what do they want? I have these thongs that say ube flavored, and when people walk by, they're like, their necks, oh. And so I like to focus on those because those are just like we're locking in, if you know, you know. Also, like if you want to do something cool for like the one time, this is a market exclusive and you can only get it in person. You also want to have like a good variety of pricing. I also do stickers, $3, and then a crew neck can be up to like $50. So before you go to the market, you have to strategize like how you even put stuff in the car, so when you take it out, it just like makes sense. I have one bucket that has all the clothes I'm gonna put on my clothing rack, so I don't have to like sort through all the sizes. I can just like grab and hang it up. I also have a bucket just strictly for my table stuff. So it has like the tablecloths, the like little decorations, and then it has like all the bigger decoration stuff. I also have another container which has like all of my extra stuff. Yeah, so like stuff to like replenish the clothing rack. And another thing I do want to plug are business cards and like little thank you cards to put in their bag. Also some signage with like your QR code or like the thing for your Venmo and your Instagram. Okay, so it's market day. It's game time, bitch. So you have your booth, picture it, your booth is set up. You had like your breakfast, you have your coffee. Like you look cute as heck. You want to practice like a super quick one-liner pitch, and it's not like a whole spiel that you're being like, hi, I started my business back in the day, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Mine is literally just like, hi, welcome. I embroidered everything you see here. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh shit, like you embroidered everything here? Yeah, so something quick like that it doesn't get annoying to say because you're saying it like all day. Hi, welcome, I embroidered everything you see here, let me know if you have any questions. But also if someone's there and they hear it after like 5 times, there's like, okay, whatever. Hi, welcome, I embroidered everything you see here, let me know if you have any questions. Clockwork, vibe checks. There's been times where I feel like I've got like a yeast infection from a market because I just like hold my pee. Go to the bathroom, make friends with your booth buddies, and yeah, they'll just watch your shit while you can go pee. Bring snacks, very important, snacks and water. Okay, so the market is done. You're tired as fuck. Congratulate yourself, that's a huge milestone. You just did a market. And I know for a lot of you, this isn't your full-time thing and y'all have like a 9 to 5 on the side. Girl, and you got work tomorrow? Like take a rest. But the next day, reflect on your market. How much did you make? What was your most popular item? Follow up with some content. You want to just kind of like jiggle the FOMO. Just post some pictures, some videos of like just a little market recap on your story. It doesn't have to be like a whole reel or anything like that. Also take pictures of your booth. Take pictures of your booth. You can always use pictures of your booth just for reference, for B-roll, anything. Your products are laid out beautifully. But TLDR, if I had to pick like 3 things from this video that I would actually like listen to, 1, be selective about your markets, or just like be really considerate about your markets and your time. Just noting about what you bring to your market and how you're building that audience and that community. Oh, number 2, being really active in the market space, like creating that one-liner and just creating like the good vibes in your shop, because they're shopping a brand, yes, but you're also the face of your brand. Like you're also representing your art, so you gotta serve. And also know your worth. You took the time to, 1, pull all your shit out of the closet and go to the market and prep for it and make everything. So you should know your worth of what to price your stuff. And number 3, don't give up. Curating the market mentality. Don't equate a slow market as a bad market. Make friends with the people around you. Those are also business owners. Those are also people that are also going what you're going through. And it's all about what you put out. Your art is beautiful regardless. Don't let it deter you from like not doing anything. If you're an artist or small business owner, I hope this helped you in any sort of way. I also, big news, also just got a second embroidery machine. This one is portable, so I'm gonna be able to do live embroidery. What? Stay tuned for that whole journey. If you want a full studio tour, I did post that video last week. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be posting more artist vlogs and my small business journey. I have a website. I do post my events there and some of my clothes so you can see my embroidery work. I mean, fucking follow me on Instagram. Comment your best and worst market experience or any tips that you have in the comments, and let's help each other out. 2025 market season, we're gonna be in our bag. See you next time. Bye.